So I am moving to San Diego. I am moving to San Diego. It is actually happening. I found out a few weeks ago, my job called me. They told me they had an opening for my job placement in California. They gave me different options in California. They gave me Richmond, they gave me Fresno, Santa Clara, and so out of all those options, I chose San Diego. Now, California wasn't really my first choice just because it can be pretty expensive there, but I decided to take a gamble rather than wait to see if any other locations were open. I decided to take a gamble and let them know, yes, I'm okay with San Diego. So here I am. I'm about to, get ready to go. I'm hoping to leave tomorrow morning. If not, then Monday. I was originally supposed to leave on Friday, July 5th, but the reason why I didn't was just because, I don't know if you guys have been watching the news, but there are earthquakes happening over there right now, actual earthquakes, and I've never experienced an earthquake before, so I'm just like, oh no. First one was 6.4 magnitude, and then another one happened yesterday at 7.1 magnitude. So I'm just watching a whole bunch of videos, looking at pictures, and I'm seeing roads that are literally splitting up, and it's crazy, and I'm just holy shit, actual roads that are splitting in half. So I don't know if I've told you guys this already, but I'm driving there, and it's about a 18 hour drive. Now, I don't plan on driving straight there 18 hours straight. I'm planning on doing 6 hours a day, so 6 hours day 1, 6 hours day 2, 6 hours day 3. Day 3 is when I'll arrive. So that's kind of the plan. How I mapped it all out. I'm super excited, kind of nervous. I'm going to be living in an area that's always warm. And if you guys know me, I live in an area that is always raining. If you know what that state is, the state that always rains, literally it's raining right now. It's wet outside right now. And the forecast, the weather told us it was going to be sunny. The weather here can be quite bipolar, and it just rains. So, and I don't mind the rain, honestly, because I grew up in this area my whole life, but to live in an area where it's always sunny all the time, that's gonna be super new for me, because I have rain boots and heavy jackets and coats and umbrellas, and it's do I bring all that with me? I'm not gonna, well, I am gonna bring it obviously, but it's I'm probably not going to use it now that I'm going to be living in San Diego pretty soon. But I'm super excited. It's I'm 24 and I'm moving for the first time, and I'm going to be living in an apartment. Well, it's not an apartment, it's a condo, but I'm basically going to be living pretty much on my own for the first time. Of course, with 2 other roommates, because I can't afford to live on my own in California, but it's okay. For me, my job, what I like about my job is that I can work here for 1 to 2 years, and if I want to apply for relocation, I can do that. So it's not I'm living here permanently, but if I do love it here, I can, honestly. So guys, I'm just beaches, when I think of San Diego, I think of the beaches and the nice weather and all the fun things to do. But me, I'm the type of person where I'm when I get there, I'm gonna be super strict on how I budget and what I spend, because I already know it's expensive there. I'm not trying to go out every weekend and party. I'm there for work. I'm moving there because of my job. So that's gonna be my number 1 priority, is just making sure my bills are paid on time, and making my job my first priority, and then of course occasionally I'll go out. Sometimes I'll go out, and I'm the type of person where I'm really outdoorsy. I like doing outdoorsy things like hiking and biking and rollerblading, things like that. And there's a lot of fun outdoor things to do in San Diego. You can always ride your bike because it's always going to be sunny. versus here in the area I live, it rains a lot. You can't always ride your bike. And a lot of swimming and a lot of pool parties. So I'm just like super excited because like I'm in the area where I'm so close to Tijuana. If I wanted to, I can travel to Tijuana. Of course, I have to get my passport. Or I can go to LA, which is like 2 hours away. I've never been to LA. I just hear things about LA from TV and media. People that are superficial, or, you know, people that are super attractive. So I don't know. I'm really excited because this is like my first major big move. And this is the first time that I'm driving like long distance. Like it's basically like a road trip on my own with no help, with no one assisting me. And I feel like okay, you know, I feel like wow, you know, I just felt like I needed to tell you guys the news, just because if you guys seen a couple of my other videos, like I felt like I've gone through a pretty long journey. I don't know if you guys know this, but if you don't, I've been through like 4 different schools during my undergrad. And before going into HR, I was a nursing student, and I basically failed out of nursing school. So I've gone through so many hurdles, and now I'm just like at the point where I graduated, I landed a job. It's a decent salary with roommates. It's doable. I did my research. It's doable to live where I live as long as I have roommates and I'm not spending every weekend, which I can be quite a frugal person, so I think I'll be okay. But I'm just like, I'm trying to stay calm because I'm waiting to leave. I'm waiting, hoping that the earthquakes will subside a little bit so I can travel. I don't want to like drive on the highway and then experience an earthquake, because I've never experienced an earthquake before. That's probably the only thing I'm like a little bit afraid of, is the fact that all these earthquakes are happening all of a sudden, and I don't want to drive in the middle of one. So we'll see. I think I'll be okay, you know. I think I'll be okay. Guys, this is like so new for me. Like, oh my gosh. I'm just like, because I feel like California is a great way to like make connections, you know? Like you can make a lot of connections. There's a lot of people there. So like knowing that I'm probably going to live there like temporary, like maybe like 1-2 years, who knows, depending on whether or not I like the place. Like I can use that time to like build connections, and honestly, I feel like it's a good way for me to like work my way up on the job ladder. So every place has its pros or cons, because the way I see it is like, would you rather live in a super, super cheap area where there's nothing to do and there's barely any people and it's very hard to make connections? Or would you rather live in an area that's, you know, pretty expensive, I'll admit, pretty expensive, but, you know, you can build connections, and there's opportunity for job growth. And I mean, personally, I feel like, yeah, there's like the downsides of traffic, but I mean, you can experience bad traffic anywhere, and yeah, it's expensive, but there are a lot of expensive areas here. Like I hear Washington DC is getting expensive, Seattle, that's expensive. So definitely there are areas in the country that are expensive. You just have to know how to like budget your money, you know? And it's not like I chose to live in California. That is the options that, like, those are the options they gave me. Like, if they gave me options like Texas or somewhere in the South, I would probably consider those places just because it's much cheaper. But anyways, I just wanted to share the news with you guys that I will basically be packing the remainder of my things today, leaving either tomorrow or Monday. I don't know whether or not I want to vlog while I'm in the road. I feel like I need to, while I'm on the road, I feel like I need to focus on the driving. But I'm also thinking about showing you guys like my condo, like a tour of my condo. So they say California is very expensive. Yes, it is. My rent is cheap, I think. Yeah, it's pretty cheap. I won't tell you the exact number, but it's between $600 to $700. And even with the utilities, it would probably still be under 700. But keep in mind that I had to give up comforts or give up space. So I have not seen my place yet. I had a friend who I'm rooming with look at the place for me, just because at the time tickets were super expensive and I just didn't have time to fly down to San Diego, look for places, fly back, and then fly again. So she looked at the place for me. So the room I'm getting is pretty small. It is pretty small. You guys want to know how big my room is? It's 100 square feet. Yeah. Now, I don't know how big 100 square feet is. I just know it's super small. I tried to look up videos to get an idea of how this space could be. I think I can work around it. Honestly, the way I see it is like, yeah, it's a small room, but I get my own room, and yeah, I'll be sharing a bath, but it won't be that bad. I'm just, you know, the minute I knew that I was going to move to San Diego, I was looking for a private room under 800. Like, I was trying to set a budget for myself because, whew, that's like really important. But anyways, when I get there, I'm thinking of just showing you guys like a tour. Honestly, the outside of the condo is super beautiful. It's in a very nice neighborhood. It's within walking distance to a lot of stores. So yeah, if you guys want to see more videos of like this new journey of mine, let me know. I'm probably gonna do them anyway, but like let me know if you guys are interested, because this is like so big for me. Like, this is the first time I'll be like separating from my parents far enough that they can't like drive over and visit me. Because when I was in nursing school, I still lived away from them, but it was still driving distance. Like, I lived maybe like 40 minutes away. They were still able to drive over and be like, hey, how are you doing? But like now I'm living in a completely, like, I'm living in a state where they can't just like get in their car and drive. I mean, unless they're willing to drive 18 hours, which I don't think they will be willing to do that. But like, it's, what I'm trying to say is like, this is the first time that I'm gonna have to deal with like adulting at age 24. I'm going to have to deal with adulting, like paying bills, paying water or electricity and cable, internet. I've never had to pay those type of bills. Granted, I did pay bills when I lived at home. I paid off some of my student loans, and I paid off like little bills here and there. But for the most part, you know, student loans is what I typically paid off when I lived at home. But like, this is the first time that I'm literally going to be living on my own, where like my parents can't come and drive and help me. They can give me advice on the phone, but I'm basically like on my own. And part of me is like super happy because it's like, yeah, I'm gonna be on my own. I can set my own rules. I can be my own person, do my own thing. And the other part of me is kind of like scared, you know, like, oh my gosh, what if I can't do this? What if I can't afford to live there? You know, what if I, you know, end up on the street? I mean, I hope not. I just have to budget really wisely, but it's just like, you know, all these things can happen, and I'm trying not to think of the negative. I'm trying to think of the positive, you know? But like, this is the first time that I would just be doing all this adult stuff. And I totally get it. Like, there are people who are probably younger than me who've already started that. Like, people are like, yeah, my parents kicked me out when I was 18, or I started living on my own when I was 20. Thankfully, I did not have those parents. I had the most loving parents who were just like, you know what, you can live at home, but just make sure you have a plan. Like, I don't have the type of parents that kick you out when you're 18. I think that's actually kind of cruel, honestly, but I'm just really glad that, you know, I got to live at home until I was 24, and my parents didn't really like rush me. Like, they didn't give me like a, you need to leave the house. Well, according to my last video, they did, but that we had a huge fight then. But for the most part, what I'm trying to say is that, like, it's not like they kicked me out at 18. Like, I had a plan and they saw my plan, you know? So yeah, that's really kind of like my life update so far. I'm moving, I'm packing, I'm getting ready. I have my condo ready. I just have to like move in. And like, for any of you guys who moved from one state to another, like, if you guys could give me some advice on like tips and things, like how you got settled in and like things that you didn't know but you know now, like, let me know. As me, as a first-time mover, like, let me know in the comment section. Like, I would appreciate the information. But yeah, that's all there is for this video. If you guys have any questions, please leave them down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.